When you picture the world's most dangerous volcano, you probably imagine a huge cone in the middle of nowhere, in some empty landscape with no one around. The real thing is much worse. Because in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, there is a volcano with lava that can outrun a car, sitting almost directly above a crowded city, next to a lake loaded with gas. A volcano whose eruptions don't just make ash clouds, they send rivers of fire straight through neighborhoods, across airport runways, through people's front doors. This is Mount Nyiragongo, and this is why so many volcanologists and risk experts call it one of, if not the, most dangerous volcanoes on Earth. Mount Nyiragongo is a steep stratovolcano rising to about 3,470 meters in the Virunga Mountains, inside Virunga National Park in eastern DRC. It sits roughly 12 kilometers north of the city of Goma, right above the northern shore of Lake Kivu, and just west of the border with Rwanda. This isn't a remote cone in a wilderness. The lava flows from Nyiragongo's flanks run downhill directly toward Goma. Hundreds of thousands of people live on old lava fields around the city. The crater itself usually contains a churning lava lake, one of the largest active lava lakes in recent history. As of 2024, the volcano is still officially active, with its latest eruption phase listed as starting on 22nd February 2024. In other words, this isn't an ancient killer that died long ago. It's a live system, looming over a real city right now. Most people assume lava is slow, a red river you can jog away from if you have to. Nyiragongo breaks that rule. Its lavas are very low in silica and rich in unusual minerals like nepheline and melilite. That chemistry makes the magma extremely fluid compared to typical basaltic lava. The result? Lava here can move at terrifying speeds on steep upper slopes. Flows have been measured racing downhill at up to 60 to 100 kilometers an hour, among the fastest lava flows ever recorded. Combine that with a steep-sided cone, a perched lava lake inside the summit crater, and densely populated land directly below. And you get a volcano that doesn't just threaten crops or roads. It can literally run through a city before people have time to react. For decades before 1977, Nyiragongo held a large lava lake in its crater. On 10 January 1977, the walls of that crater fractured. The lava lake drained in less than an hour, pouring out through cracks on the flanks. On the upper slopes, that lava accelerated to around 60 kilometers per hour, swept through villages like a flood of liquid rock, killed at least dozens of people in nearby communities such as Kabati and Maniki. Some estimates suggest the death toll may have been in the hundreds. Within half an hour, the lava lake was essentially gone, spread out in thin, fast-moving sheets around the base of the volcano. That eruption shocked the scientific community so much that Nyiragongo was later designated a decade volcano. A volcano considered especially worthy of intensive study because of the threat it poses to nearby populations. It was a warning. If the crater walls fail again, there's almost no time to get out of the way. On 17 January 2002, Nyiragongo erupted again, this time through its southern flank. After months of unrest, a 13-kilometer fissure opened, running down toward Goma. Lava streamed out of multiple vents and flowed straight toward the city. It cut through northern Goma in a river up to 200 meters wide and around 2 meters deep. It crossed streets, split neighborhoods, and sliced across the runway of Goma International Airport. It reached Lake Kivu, raising fears of a gas release from the lake's deep, gas-rich waters. Roughly 400,000 people fled Goma, many crossing the border into Rwanda in a chaotic, nighttime evacuation. The toll, about 245 people killed. From burns, building collapses, and carbon dioxide poisoning, around 13% of Goma, covered by lava, nearly 120,000 people left homeless. It was one of the most destructive, effusive eruptions in modern history. A lava disaster in a major city happening live on TV. Nearly 20 years later, on 22nd May 2021, Nyiragongo erupted again. Cracks opened on the flanks, lava raced down toward Goma, and once again thousands of people fled as the sky glowed red. This time, at least 32 people were confirmed dead as a direct result of the eruption. With more missing, around 1,000 homes were destroyed. Parts of the Buhani neighborhood on the edge of Goma were engulfed, and key roads were cut. What made 2021 particularly frightening is that it appeared to happen with very little clear warning to the public. Monitoring of the volcano had been disrupted by funding cuts and instability. Some scientific data streams went offline months before the eruption. People in Goma went to bed in an ordinary city. They woke up with lava on the doorstep. Nyiragongo's danger isn't just spectacular lava flows. There are hidden killers here too. Mazuku, pockets of invisible gas. Around Goma and the volcano, there are places where carbon dioxide, CO2, seeps silently from the ground. Locals call these deadly pockets Mazuku, evil winds. Because CO2 is heavier than air, it can pool in low-lying basins, displace oxygen, suffocate people and animals without any obvious sign. Children playing or people resting in these spots have died suddenly, with no flames, no ash, nothing dramatic, just an invisible, odorless gas. Lake Kivu, a loaded lake. Right next to Goma is Lake Kivu, a deep rift lake that contains huge amounts of dissolved carbon dioxide and methane in its deeper layers. Scientists worry about a rare but catastrophic event called a limnic eruption, where deep water suddenly overturns and releases those gases in a massive cloud. It happened at Lake Nyos in Cameroon in 1986, killing around 1,700 people. In 2002, when Nyiragongo's lava reached Lake Kivu, there were serious fears it could trigger such a gas release. That did not happen, but it remains a long-term concern. A highly active volcano sitting next to a loaded lake right above a crowded city. Nyiragongo is dangerous in layers, some fiery and obvious, others invisible. If you step back and look at risk, Nyiragongo checks every bad box. Extremely hazardous behavior, unusually fluid, fast-moving lava that can reach city streets in a matter of minutes, a lava lake that can drain catastrophically if the crater fails, potential for flank fissures that open low on the volcano closer to people. High population exposure. Goma's official population is around 780,000, but some estimates put the broader urban area at close to or over 1 million, with more people in nearby Rwanda. Many of those neighborhoods sit directly on or next to old lava flows. Proof that the volcano has already been there. Vulnerability and instability the region has experienced. Armed conflict, displacement, and poverty, monitoring and evacuation planning are complicated by limited resources. And political instability, funding cuts, have previously affected the Goma Volcano Observatory, which tracks signs of unrest. Because of this mix, articles from scientists and science writers have literally described Nyiragongo as the most dangerous volcano in the world, and as one of the world's most dangerous volcanoes in recent coverage of the 2021 eruption. It may not be the biggest. It may not have killed the most people historically, but in terms of what could happen, given where it is and how it behaves, Nyiragongo sits right near the top of the global threat list. Despite everything, people still live, work, and build lives around Nyiragongo. Goma is a city of markets, schools, music, churches, traffic, and at the same time, cracks from old eruptions run through districts. Black lava blocks form fences and foundations at night. When the crater is active, the sky on the horizon can glow faintly red. Tourists used to hike up to the crater to look down on the lava lake, a surreal sight, a boiling orange cauldron inside a steep, dark amphitheater. For local communities, the volcano is not just a hazard. It's part of the landscape, part of the economy, and part of the identity of the region. That's what makes Nyiragongo such a cruel piece of lore. People don't get to choose to live far away from it. They're already there. When you put everything together, lava that can move at highway speeds, a lava lake perched above steep slopes, a major city directly in its path, a gas-loaded lake beside it, and limited resources to monitor and respond. It's easy to see why Nyiragongo keeps appearing at the top of most dangerous volcano lists. This is not a distant, theoretical threat. It has already flooded city streets, destroyed homes, and killed people in living memory. 2002, 2021, and before that in 1977. And as of now, the volcano is still active. The story is not finished. If you want more real locations like this, world's most dangerous volcanoes, pits, roads, and beautiful but deadly places on Earth, hit subscribe, tap the bell for all notifications, and I'll see you in the next story.